By 1989, Whitney Houston was a global superstar with 2 multi-platinum award-winning albums to her name and nearly 30 million albums sold. The 1988 and 89 Soul Train Awards, however, would prove that her musical output left some black fans unhappy as she was booed during her nominations for awards at both ceremonies. Billboard magazine wrote of the 1988 incident and rumors of her third album. Many, though certainly not all blacks, have come to resent the New Jersey native. The most graphic illustration of that came during the recent Soul Train Awards in Los Angeles, where the announcement of Houston's name drew boos from the audience. It was a manifestation of something that had been bubbling under since Arista established Houston with the pop audience. The argument made is that Houston, through her selection of singles and marketing, has avoided identification with Black America, that instead of using her gospel roots, she sings ultra-bland pop. However, the question that arises is, what is a girl to do? There is talk that her next album will have a black direction. So, as early as 1988, Whitney Houston and Clive Davis were planning for her next release to be more, well, black. The general public was beginning to embrace a new sound termed New Jack Swing, and artists like Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown, Guy, Karen White, and Janet Jackson were achieving pop success with it. Soon, Sissy's Baby would too. Upon the conclusion of her second world tour in November 1988, Whitney embarked on a hiatus that stretched into early 1989. She still made some public appearances, such as this one on the Arsenio Hall show with BB and CeCe Winans. She'd contributed backing vocals on their album Heaven. This one at the American Music Awards, where she won Favorite Pop Artist Female. Another one at the Grammys in February, where she performed One Moment in Time. This one at Sammy Davis Jr.'s 60th anniversary. And this one where she presented Quincy Jones's induction into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. BB Winans, with whom Houston was close friends, successfully convinced her to get more involved in her music. BB even co-composed a song with Whitney entitled Taking a Chance, which featured a freer, more gospel-tinted vocal from Houston. In June 1989, a duet between Aretha Franklin and Whitney entitled It Isn't, It Wasn't, It Ain't Ever Gonna Be was released as a single. By August, it was a top 5 R&B hit and was a moderate success on the pop charts. In September, Harper's Bazaar named Whitney one of America's 10 most beautiful women. In October, Taking a Chance was released in Japan as a single and featured in an ad for Japanese electrics manufacturer Sanyo. That month also marked the beginning of recording of her album with narrator Michael Walden at Right Track Recording in Manhattan. Lover for Life and Dancing on the Smooth Edge were among the earliest tracks recorded for the project. In November, she recorded a duet with Stevie Wonder entitled We Didn't Know and Who Do You Love, which was written by Luther Vandross. That month she also recorded I'm Knockin', which was co-written by BB and Ricky Minor, her musical director. In December, she recorded Feel So Good and a cover of Steve Winwood's Higher Love, as well as a cover of Linda Clifford's All the Man That I Need, after writer Dean Pitchford sent the song to Arista for placement years ago. The following month, she also recorded I Belong to You amidst her Feel So Right tour in Japan. By February, the tour was over and she reunited with Michael Masser to record Far Enough for Love, and After We Make Love. In March 1990, Whitney began working with L.A. Reid and Babyface in Hollywood. Clive Davis agreed to distribute with LaFace Records, which had been founded only 3 months prior, only if the duo agreed to work with Whitney. On March 8th, Whitney was honored by the UNCF with the Frederick D. Patterson Award, the UNCF's highest honor. She appeared on Good Morning America and discussed the feat, as well as her involvement in the upcoming Arista Records 15th anniversary benefit concert for AIDS and her new album.
Whitney Houston is going to be honored, not for her music per se, but for her long service to and support for the United Negro College Fund. She got involved with that fund over 10 years ago. Her first performance in public ever as a solo was singing Tomorrow from Annie before a United Negro College Fund benefit. She said her knees were knocking so loud she wasn't sure the words could be heard. But she has been raising money for the United Negro College Fund ever since. Whitney Houston doesn't sit often for interviews, but with tonight's dinner honoring her, I had a chance to talk with her earlier this week.
I think it's people's, the misconception is that I have been out here for a while, and actually I have. This just didn't happen overnight. I was learning my chops and getting it together and growing up and all those things. But there are just two. I am presently now working on the third album. Then there'll be three. So.
What kind of music in number 3?
Good music.
Touche.
Good music.
You know what the critics say.
Yes.
I mean that her stuff is too commercial,
yeah.
too pop.
I mean, you have to listen. It's not everything. I'm not doing just one thing. I'm not just doing jazz, and I'm not just doing R&B, and I'm not just doing pop. If you listen to my music, you can hear a flavor of a lot of things. Because growing up, it wasn't just I didn't just listen to gospel. I didn't just listen to this kind of music. I listened to a wide range of singers. You know, Aretha, Ella Fitzgerald, Tony Bennett, Donny Hathaway. I mean, all those people influenced me. I just think people want to hear the deep part of Whitney, you know, the gospel, and that'll all come. I have plans for all that. All that'll come.
Give me an idea of what that is. Give me an idea of what you want to do, say, in the next 10 years.
There's a movie in the planning, you know, do some films and stuff like that, some good works. You know, there's a gospel album, a couple of gospel albums maybe, you know, a couple. I say, right now I'm just thinking about that one gospel album, you know. It's something that I look forward to too, believe me, and I know a lot of people look forward to it also.
Now, you mentioned a moment ago movies. My Lord, I have read more clips about she's about to do this, she's about to do that. She has just signed to do such and such.
I know. She hasn't signed anything, and she's not about to do anything yet. I'm just looking right now for the right project for me. Doesn't have to be, I'm not really looking for a major movie. I'm not looking to be a movie star. I just think it's another aspect of entertainment that I'd like to experience.
Then why do it? It seems to me it's a tremendous risk. That's not where you come from. It's something that you haven't trained all your life to do, or is it?
But do you have to?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's the best actresses and actors, to me, don't have very much training. They feel. I mean, it's about a feel. It's about that emotion. You know, it's about putting that emotion into the character, and that doesn't. You don't have to have training to do that.
What makes a really great singer?
Knowing great songs and being able to sing them, interpreting them from your own experiences, and realizing that it's not only you, it's a lot of other people who feel that exact same way, who has been through that exact same thing, you know. I think that's what creates mass appeal, you know. And when you're singing about love, everybody loves love. I mean, everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to feel love.
Offstage, she's put a lot of feeling and time into numerous charitable causes. Recently, she sat down with Charlie to discuss her appearance this Saturday in New York City at Arista Records' 15th anniversary gala to benefit AIDS organizations nationwide.
You know, AIDS is a very serious thing. And if there is anything that I can do at all to bring the research closer and closer to finding a cure, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about helping one another and being concerned about each other. And when I was asked to do it, I said yes, that I would. And plus, it's the anniversary of Arista, and combining that, with a benefit for AIDS, I think is wonderful, and I'm real glad to be part of it.
In May, Columbia Records released the debut single of a little-known artist named Mariah Carey. By June, Stephen Holden of the New York Times was already comparing the budding singer-songwriter to Whitney. In June, she was featured on the cover of the Father's Day edition of Ebony magazine with her father, John Houston. The revealing article, authored by Lynn Normant, read, in part, "Long before Whitney Houston became America's darling, she was Daddy's girl. This is quite evident when one observes the loving interplay between the superstar singer and her father, John R. Houston. The special father-daughter bond is apparent as Houston tells how his eyes still mist when he hears his Nippy sing how his daughter can put a hurting on a song. It is also evident when Whitney tells of how her papi was the first man she fell in love with. And when it comes to protecting his daughter's interest, his heart gives way to keen business sense. Since 1986, Houston has been Whitney's business manager. He oversees 3 corporate entities and a multi-million-dollar enterprise. She is now hard at work finishing her 3rd album, which she says is taking a toll on her and is more difficult than the first 2. The first song the hot duo presented to Whitney was entitled "I'm Your Baby Tonight," which borrowed elements of jazz and funk. Recorded in one take, the song's sexual nature marked a departure from her demure torch songs and sanitized pop fare. The trio also collaborated on "My Name Is Not Susan," "Anymore," and "Miracle." By September 1990, the album, for which Houston was credited as an executive producer, had been recorded. Arista set a November release date for the album. This go-round, Arista wanted the album to have more of an R&B edge, so a handful of narrator Michael Walden's contributions, as well as a Michael Masser production, were not included in the track list. That same month, Arista released the first single from her album, entitled "I'm Your Baby Tonight," in most European nations. By October 2nd, the single was available for purchase in the US. Music Week, a weekly trade magazine akin to the US's Billboard, had this to say about the single. Houston, once memorably described as being a sound akin to an armful of sticks dropping on parquet flooring, fails to rescue her crown from Lisa Stanfield and Mariah Carey. Weak to the point of little return, only safe airplay policies will save this. A belting ballad is required. Billboard magazine called it an engaging title track to a pop diva's upcoming album, which kicks in a firm beat under a retro pop R&B instrumental vibe. Most striking is Houston's relaxed and soulful performance. Expect a quick sprint to number 1. The single debuted in the States at number 42 on the pop charts that same month, and in just under a month's time, it reached the top 5. November also saw the release of her 3rd album, of course entitled "I'm Your Baby Tonight," with its cover featuring a poker-faced Nippy on a motorcycle with the license plate that read Nippy. Hot stuff.
She's been gone too long. Now, Whitney Houston comes roaring back with her first album in 3 years. I'm Your Baby Tonight, and it's heading straight for number 1. I'm Your Baby Tonight, better than ever.
She appeared on the cover of the November 5th issue of Jet magazine with copy that read, "Whitney Houston talks about her long-awaited album, I'm Your Baby Tonight," and an article that read, "Fans of Whitney Houston have waited 3 years since her last album. Now the wait is over, and the alluring superstar says her long-awaited album, I'm Your Baby Tonight, is not different but an extension of what I've already done." She adds that working on it with her friends Stevie Wonder and Luther Vandross, as well as LA and Babyface, was a labor of music love. Miss Houston admits she hasn't changed her musical direction, she has just stretched out more as a songstress. She says it really isn't a new sound for her. I wouldn't say new, I would say extension of what I've already done. I think that people will say it's different. They'll say it's new. They'll say it's something other than what I'm used to doing. I just think that it was just a matter of time before this kind of music in me came out. That month, she also appeared on the game show Big Break and performed Bridge Over Troubled Water and Say a Little Prayer with host Natalie Cole.
She's already had 7 #1 singles. I can only be talking about one person. Please welcome the Grammy Award-winning superstar, my baby sister, Miss Whitney Houston. Girlfriend!
Hey, Mom. How you doing?
Listen, y'all, we're going to do a little something different this evening. We're going to sing a song that neither one of us has ever done before, an old Aretha Franklin classic. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You can clap along,
Come on.
snap your fingers, slap your thighs, slap somebody else's thighs.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I see a little just for you.
While combing my hair now,
Yeah.
you know I'm wondering what dress to wear now. I say a little hey,
Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part or love you together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me.
I run for the bus
Go ahead, girl, run.
and while running I think of us still. Say a little
For you.
yes I do.
And work, gotta just take a little time.
Take your time.
And all through my cold and bring time. I say a little, say it for you. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part or love you together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. Little man,
My darling girl, believe me.
I do that. For me, there is no one but you.
The album hit store shelves on the 6th, and the Rolling Stone had this to say about Whitney's vocals and album. What Houston has always possessed in abundance is a voice, the strongest of pop advantages. I'm Your Baby Tonight, Houston's third, best, and most integrated album, amounts to a case study in how much she can get out of her luscious and straightforward vocal gifts within a dance pop framework. All 6 producers and recording teams on I'm Your Baby Tonight defer to her singing. Houston refines 2 of her signature styles, state-of-the-art dance pop and Baroque ballads. On Lover for Life, a delicious handling of a questionable metaphor about being sentenced to domestic bliss, and I Belong to You, which acts out its claim in a penthouse bedroom. Walden uncorks high-end grooves accented by pinballing counter rhythms, and Houston and Walden control All the Man That I Need, an outsized ballad about poverty and damaged self-regard so expertly that the song, with its effective whiff of Spanish guitar, stages undeniable pop drama. Producers L.A. Reid and Babyface, who make music with Houston on 4 songs, take a more youthful tack. Their sharp recastings of 70s black pop and funk bop set against thumping 80s dance rhythms are lean, mean, and virtually invisible when compared with Walden's arrangements. When Houston's compressed, yet still testifying vocal zigzags through the title hit single stipulates in no uncertain terms that my name is not Susan, or executes the fast kiss-off in Anymore. It is because LA and Babyface have led her into new, less formal territory where she sheds her gowns, swings, and sounds confident, rhythmically challenged, and very much at home. Entertainment Weekly had this to say: "People make fun of Whitney Houston, and it's not fair. They carp that she has no hand in her career, much less her records, and dismiss her of a voluptuous-voiced airhead. To be frank, Houston doesn't do much to help the situation. Dressed in spanking clean white jeans and sneakers, she straddles a Harley on the cover of I'm Your Baby Tonight, ready for an evening of daring thrills. But judging from her vacant expression, the idea seems to excite her about as much as the prospect of spending a night at home in front of the fire reading the collected works of Markel Proust. Yet it's precisely this blank slate quality that makes Whitney Houston a true heroine for our age. All around her, the world is going to hell, the economy is down, taxes and divorce rates are up, the Persian Gulf is tense. While every self-aggrandizing pop star is singing about such topics, Houston will have none of it. In interviews and personal appearances, she merely flashes a, "Gee, I never thought about it," smile. She just wants to dance with somebody who loves her, and who can blame her? In that regard, I'm Your Baby Tonight, her overly long in the making, It's Been 3 Years album, is the most perfectly realized Houston work to date. On her first two records, a battery of producers and writers dolled up the young thoroughbred and spoon-fed her generic pop R&B. The songs and hairstylist made Houston a star of stage and videos, but the albums were, at best, patchwork quilts juxtaposing bouncy dance tracks and ballads that could have been lifted from late-night helping orphan TV ads. In contrast, Baby adheres doggedly to one agenda: to prove Houston is a get-down, funky human being who can party with the best of them. The album is relentlessly superficial, and proud of it. Does it matter that I'm Your Baby Tonight is utterly without content, both musically and lyrically? Not really, if what you're looking for is music with a shiny surface. Baby's seamlessness is perfect because it bespeaks an all-encompassing inner void that is not only fascinating, but honest. Houston wants to be dressed up, paraded around, and supplied with ready-made things to sing and feel, and that's fine. Sometimes you just want to lie in a lump on your couch and not bother. That way, you don't have to actually feel anything, and you don't risk getting hurt. While the rest of humanity struggles to cope with everyday trauma, Whitney Houston has it all figured out. The LA Times proclaimed that nothing else on the album quite approaches the immediate peak of I'm Your Baby Tonight, not the other Reed and Babyface numbers, and especially not the standard ballads. The irony is that the dance tunes are most exciting, but could just as easily be backing tracks for In Vogue. The ballads show her talent off to greater effect, yet are written with foremost banal anonymity. Star contributions by Stevie Wonder and Luther Vandross are engaging, if far from classic. The question still remains: is Houston a great empty vessel? USA Today proclaimed the album its producer's baby and claimed she never quite connects emotionally with the songs, singing them with the same passion as she does the dance tunes or as she would the Yellow Pages. You can find a gem or two, particularly the infectious Stevie Wonder duet. Despite these semi-critical, semi-praising reviews, with one likening the album to fast food, I'm Your Baby Tonight debuted on the Hot 200 at number 22, and by the following week, it was already in the top 5. It would peak at number 3, making I'm Your Baby Tonight her third consecutive top 5 album, and her first not to hit number 1. By December, I'm Your Baby Tonight was the number 1 song in the US, her 8th number 1, tying her with Madonna as the two female artists with the most number ones. On December 16th, VH1 aired the I'm Your Baby Tonight installment of its series VH1 to 1. It features some selections from the album as well as behind the scenes footage from the filming of I'm Your Baby Tonight.
VH1 to 1.
I kind of figured people have enough of Whitney Houston for a while at least, you know, and you don't want to overkill, you know, so it was time to take a break and, you know, just a break for a minute and then come back at it.
I'm Your Baby Tonight is Whitney Houston's third album.
My method is just going in there and giving it the best that I've got, you know. If I think about trying to top what I've done, you know, or trying to outbeat, you know, the second album with the third one, you kind of get confused on the focus of what you're trying to do. And what I'm trying to do is just make great music.
What once was the greatest love of all has been tempered by the years. Now there's a slightly different Whitney, still in concert with her music mentor Clive Davis.
Clive and myself kind of like directed this album in a certain way. We said, okay, this is what's happening now from the last album up until this present album. And a lot has gone on, meaning there's been this, it's like almost like the disco era to me, you know, it's like going back a little ways when, you know, all you heard was grooves and rhythms and beats, you know, and people were jamming and dancing and clubs were filled and, you know, and it's kind of like doing that again.
Whitney is a kind of vocalist, she can do anything, you know, and that's, I think that's what we realized from the first session that we had with her. As soon as she started singing, we just said, nobody really knows how bad Whitney Houston really is.
The LA bass took it to another degree, you know. It gave it the R&B, which people were buying for. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to do that. You know, I love their work. I was sitting in the airport and waiting for LA and Bass to come and pick me up. And
she was just sitting there, you know. I said, no, that's not her because there's no big bodyguard standing around. There's no hoopla. So it couldn't have been her, you know.
LA passed right by me. And then he looked back and he goes,
are you?
I pointed back to him and I said, well, is it you? And we both said, yeah. And then he sat down next to me. He said, well, how do you do this? I said, how do I do what? He said, how do you, like, you know, go around by yourself and just sit around and nobody bothers you? I said, because I don't bother anybody. Nobody bothers me. I'm very adamant about songs, you know. I don't mind grooves and I don't mind dancing and I don't mind all that stuff. But to me, what matters and what stays in people's minds is the word. I'm your baby tonight. That's a hook, you know, that whatever you want from me. It's a hook, you know, that people remember. Not only does it have a bad slamming groove, it's got a nice lyric. Stevie wrote and produced the song on my album, and it's a duet. I don't know when. There are really no words to describe Steve, except that he's just a musical genius and so much fun to work with and so down, you know. There's no ego tripping and none of that stuff, you know. We had such a good time, you know, and we got the work done like that, you know. He knew what he was doing, I knew what I was doing, and when we got in there, we knew there was going to be some singing going on. My root is not black, my root is gospel. My root is not R&B, my root is gospel music. That's where I come from. I come out of the church. And gospel is not something that you can categorize. It's not black, it's not white, it is a feeling. It is soul, it comes from the soul. It's something that you can't deny. If I wanted to, I couldn't. It's a flavor, it's a taste, it's something that you get if you're young and you're raised in church and you're raised singing gospel music. It is something that it's like a food that you like, that you just want to eat all the time. And I try to deliver that in everything that I do. To get into music business and to actually have mass appeal, to a black artist, it's uncommon. You know what I mean? I didn't know it was going to happen to me. You know, my mother and my family was in the business, so it kind of gave me a footstep in the door. But once I got in there, I had to prove myself, you know, and it was a lot more pressure on me because, she don't sound like Sissy or she don't sound like Dion and she really ain't, you know, she ain't happening. Being black is not the color of your skin. Being black is where you come from, you know what I mean? Being black is a soul. It's an attitude, you know what I mean? It's growing up with black people and understanding the black problem, understanding the black situation. I come from that. You know, I was raised in the projects. You know, I've lived amongst my own people, and I understand their fears, and I understand their wants and their desires and their cries. So I don't think that it's about the color of your skin. I think it's about how you feel inside. I call Clive the song man. Clive is a song man. Clive is the music man. Clive has ears, and Clive knows good songs. He knows hit songs. And you have to give it to the man because he does.
You know, when you make up an album, you can't worry about what the fans expect, because if you give people only what they expect, it becomes formulaic, it becomes predictable.
When Clive and I sit down and listen to material, we listen to it together. Things that, thank God, that we agree on is things that we both like. Things that I don't feel that, you know, doesn't move me, he says, okay, fine, we won't do that. You know, it has to be something that I feel I can do. You know, I have to feel it in order to sing it, because if you don't feel it, then, you know, why even attempt to sing it? I have felt the feeling of being in love, but I've also kind of like turned away from it at the same time, because I've known people who have been in love, and the way they react, I just ain't got there yet. It's like, oh, you about to lose your mind. And I'm, you know, I haven't gotten to that stage yet. I think I was about to, but I changed my mind because of certain situations. But I think I'm about to again, and I'm not sure that I should or that I shouldn't. I think love comes first, you know. Then when I get to know you and we've known each other for a while, and things start to happening and we start to gelling and we're comfortable with each other, you know, and I know that you want me and you know I want you, and it's gotten to that degree, and it's definitely a commitment kind of thing. Then we can fall in love. Then I can act crazy. Then I can be like, oh, darling, love. Oh, yes. I live and breathe you. I drink you in the morning. I sleep you at night. I can't say that I've really quite been in love yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
She also graced the cover of Essence magazine, dishing mainly on how no, she wasn't gay, and no, she didn't think nor act white, and she could tear up a mean plate of barbecue chicken too. She also co-hosted Friday Night Video Countdown along with Pebbles.
Hi. Hi. How are you? Hola. Hola. Buenas noches. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Woo! Girl, guess what? What? We're on Friday Night Video. What? Through. We're gonna have a good time. What are we gonna do? We're gonna talk. We're gonna introduce great videos, right? Mm-hmm. And
do I get to sing? Whitney, do I get to sing?
Well, if you must. If you must sing.
But you won't.
No, no.
But you won't.
But you don't want me to sing. But you want to sing. Okay.
Well, no.
Well, how about if I just come in just on a little
cool,
part? Okay, is that cool? Okay. Cool. Yeah. Come on. All right. Okay. Guess what?
What?
We're on Friday Night Video.
Tonight, it's the Friday Night Videos Christmas special with our holiday gift to you, your hosts, Whitney Houston and Pebbles.
Looks like I'm feeling it's all on the table, and baby, I hold the cards. You got the magic, and I gotta have it. I don't want the pieces, I want every single part. I'll be your ready, your name, whatever you want is fine. Whenever you're ready, just call on your lady. I'll be your baby tonight. Yeah.
Girl, go ahead.
Last week we had Mariah Carey here in the studio.
You did? How is she doing?
Well, she was doing great.
Oh, great.
Yes.
It's great.
What I'm curious about, what do you think of her?
What do I think of her?
Yes?
I don't think of her. I don't think of her.
Mariah, no middle name Carey, would continue to be weaponized against Houston in the press for the duration of this album cycle. Dennis Hunt, in his weekly commentary on the top 5 albums in the US, had this to say when the single I'm Your Baby Tonight went #1 and the album I'm Your Baby Tonight slipped one position. Even a #1 single of the album's title song, I'm Your Baby Tonight, isn't helping to sell Whitney Houston's album, which slipped another notch to #4. The irony is that Mariah Carey, who's accused of being a Houston sound-alike, has an album that's selling better than Houston's, even after being on the chart 6 months. Whitney appeared on the Arsenio Hall show that month and performed We Didn't Know and All the Man That I Need.
I used to cry myself to sleep at night, but that was all before he came. I thought love had to hurt to turn out right, but now he's here. It's not the same. It's not the same.
The music video for I'm Your Baby Tonight was directed by Julian Temple and filmed at a park on the Hudson River and at a New York nightclub, Tattoo. The video features Houston emulating iconic stars of Hollywood's bygone era, such as Marlene Dietrich, Audrey Hepburn, and the Supremes. In Living Color spoofed both her video and Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation, implying Houston had no rhythm, an implication she did not take lying down.
Yo, the Rhythmless Nation, check it out. Pump it up.
You're going to make a movie with Mr. Costner.
Yes, I am. Kevin and I are going to do a movie in the fall. Yeah.
All right, what
Isn't
is
that
this movie?
nice?
Yeah, what's the movie?
The movie's called Bodyguard.
Mhm.
He's going to guard my body.
Whoa. Whoa, bodyguard.
Yeah.
All right, I bet you De Niro and Eddie Murphy show up on the set.
Well, maybe Eddie.
Maybe Eddie.
Maybe.
All right, now let's talk about this sketch. In Living Color did a sketch, a parody, a takeoff on you called Rhythmless Nation.
Rhythmless Nation.
Right. Now
Yeah.
you describe it.
Well, see, there was, Janet, Rhythm Nation. They had dancers who were all in rhythm, but I was the only one out of rhythm, so I guess it indicated that I had no rhythm. But I think Keenan realized how popular I was, so I guess he capped on that, because it was not only me, they dogged Janet too. Because in the lyric it was like, I know I cannot sing, and that's why my music's so loud, and, all that kind of stuff. So I guess they just hit two birds with one stone. But I thought it was rather funny. But, not appreciated, but it was funny.
Yeah, it was like, that would have been funny if that wasn't me.
That month also saw the RIAA certify the song gold, as well as the release of the second single from the set, a cover entitled All the Man I Need. The single debuted on the Hot 100 at number 53 for the week ending December 22nd. On January 11th, 1991, Whitney was announced as a nominee at the Grammys for Best Pop Female Performance. An AP article on the Grammy nominations also read that fellow pop female performance nominee and newcomer Mariah Carey's style has been likened to that of Whitney Houston. The Washington Post ran an article accusing Mariah Carey of being a white Whitney Houston imitator.
What do you think about when people compare Mariah Carey to you? How do you feel about that?
Let me think. I think that Mariah has a great voice. I think she's a good singer. Yes. Absolutely. I think that Mariah is Mariah, and that's what she should be known for her work, and not for being compared or sounding like me. I don't really hear it. There are a few inflections. Inflections mean, oh yeah, that's in, that's runs and inflections. So she does a little bit of that. I think she and I probably have the same tones, in some areas, but I don't think that she sounds like me, nor do I sound like her.
I think that when someone's up and coming, they like to compare you with someone that's already established so that they know, how to categorize you, because they've never seen you or heard of you before. But hopefully soon they won't have to compare me to other people, and they'll just know me as a songwriter and a singer.
On January 12th, at the 8th Annual American Cinema Awards, Houston was awarded Musical Performer of the Year.
Some traveled cross-country to join in honoring Whitney as the Performer of the Year.
That month, she again appeaed on the Arsenio Hall show, this time performing I'm Your Baby Tonight.
Title song from her brand new album, I'm Your Baby Tonight. This is Whitney.
On January 27th, 1991, at the height of the Persian Gulf War, Whitney performed the Star-Spangled Banner at Super Bowl 25 at Tampa Stadium in front of over 70,000 fans and millions of viewers. She was backed by the Florida Orchestra, directed by Jaha Ling. The performance was so well received that Arista Records released it as a charity single along with the VHS of her performance.
People are starting to hear it more. They heard it during the Super Bowl, and they're hearing it on the air, so we're getting a pretty good response on it.
It also received heavy airplay on the radio.
The world, including the troops in the Gulf. Arista Records President Clive Davis released the song because the public demand was tremendous.
In other words, Clive wasn't going to let no easy money flash him by, and the single was the perfect opportunity to promote her album. On February 20th, at the Grammy Awards, newcomer Mariah Carey won the Grammy for Best Female Pop Performance. 3 days later, she made her first appearance on Saturday Night Live, performing All the Man I Need and I'm Your Baby Tonight.
Hi, I'm Alec Baldwin, and this is Whitney Houston, perhaps the most dynamic voice in music today.
Hi.
See? What did I tell you? Join us live.
On Saturday Night Live.
All the Man That I Need peaked at #1 on the Hot 100, and its video featured Houston performing the song in a black stretch suit with her initials embroidered on it, and later in a gown with a good beat. On March 14th, she kicked off her third world tour in Japan. 16 days later, she returned to the States to do both her first U.S. date for the tour and her first HBO special, which was initially to be a concert to honor troops in the Persian Gulf War on Easter Sunday, but the war ended on February 28th.
One of the nicest things about my job is that I have been here all week long, and I've had the chance to watch a rehearse with their band here at the Norfolk Naval Air Station. I have no doubt in my mind that you will love the show you'll see tonight in this live, one-night-only 90-minute concert that HBO will be bringing you in just a couple of minutes. I don't know about you, but when I come to a place like this, I'm the type who likes to snoop around a little bit, and just to the side of me over here is where Whitney's wardrobe is kept. There's something like 7 or 8 cases filled with designer outfits. As a matter of fact, we had a chance to see her in a couple of those outfits last night during the dress rehearsal, and folks, she looks great. But there's one case over there that really caught my eye. It's the one where they keep all the shoes, something like 30 pair of shoes, and I don't know if they're all for Whitney or if she's got Imelda Marcos as a backup singer, but we're going to find out in not too long from now.
This is a one-time only HBO show. I think there are a lot of people who are as enthused and who are as proud of our American soldiers as I am. There are going to be a lot of the troops there who served in the Persian Gulf, and their children and their wives and wives with husbands and that kind of thing. So it's going to be a moment of great anticipation and much excitement. Somebody's children were over there fighting for us and trying to protect us, you know, in the best way that they could, and a few lost their lives, you know. Basically what goes through my mind is that that's somebody's son, that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's father. It's just an incredible thing to think about. See my Desert Storm shield and everything? Isn't that cool? And I have my name. Thanks.
And we are thrilled to be bringing this fitting tribute to all of our U.S. troops stationed around the world by way of Armed Forces radio and television service. Welcome aboard, folks.
concert was broadcasted live on HBO, who hoped cable networks would unscramble its signal to make it available to more than 50 million cable households, which they did, making it HBO's highest rated program at that time. It was later nominated for 2 Emmys and a Cable Ace Award, winning the latter, which was for Best Performance in a Music Special. On April 16th, the third single from the album, written and produced by L.A. Reid and Babyface, a ballad entitled Miracle, was released. It debuted on the Hot 100 at number 63 that same month.
It's a very glitzy showbiz affair, but for Whitney, it's more than that.
I am very serious about singing from my heart, singing from my soul. If I can't do that, if I can't give that, then to me, it's monotonous, it's boring, you're not really going through the motions, it's not really real, and anything, I want people to know that I was real about it. I sang it when I was 18. As I got older, there were other things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I love children, I love animals, so that was, a natural thing for me to want to do. But what was more natural for me to do was singing.
It's not easy.
And she slapped your wrist a couple of times.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, everybody deserves that. If we're not doing the job, if we're not up to snuff, so to speak, or up to speed, then she lets us know.
If there's something that she doesn't like or something she wants, then she just tells me and that's it. I mean, it's no, I told you I don't want it like this again. Now, if I ever see it like this again, you'll be walking out of here.
Whitney named her world tour after her hit album, I'm Your Baby Tonight. If costumes could cook, this one would make the frying pan sizzle. And when Whitney Houston belts out one hit after another, the combination creates the kind of concert excitement that fans flock to. The public Whitney is full of exuberance and energy. But in our exclusive backstage look, the private person still suffers stage fright.
I am anxious and I'm eager at the same time, There's a feeling of excitement. There's a feeling of nervousness. There's a feeling of God, the 70-city tour, I'm excited mainly about getting on the stage and just having that relationship with the people.
Whitney's love of her audience and vice versa was obvious during her recent concert welcoming home troops from the Persian Gulf. It was one of the highest rated, most watched specials in HBO's history. But she plans for this tour to be even more successful and full of surprises.
No, I'm not going to be doing flips, and I'm not going to be disappearing or appearing. It's just going to be me, and a lot of excitement, and I think that people are going to enjoy that.
The show's production features state-of-the-art lighting and sound, an 11-member band, and 4 dancers. But the heart and soul is Whitney herself.
I was into everything, on this tour, so, I know pretty much every aspect of what it takes, and each section it is hard, nothing that's easy is worth it, I think.
In May, she appeared on the cover of Ebony magazine and addressed the intense media scrutiny she faced and rumors that she was sleeping with longtime friend Robin Crawford. She also confirmed that not only was she dating Eddie Murphy, but she was set to film a movie with Kevin Costner in the fall entitled The Bodyguard. For the duration of spring, well into the summer, Houston continued doing stops on her I'm Your Baby Tonight tour. Miracle would peak at number 9 on the Hot 100 in June, and the video features Houston singing the song, accompanied by images of people in poverty and jail, and later achieving positive success, such as graduating from high school. She appeared on the June 24th issue of Jet with copy that read, Whitney Houston performs with soul and sass on world tour. The article read, superstar Whitney Houston is singing up quite a soulful storm as she performs with soul and sass on her current I'm Your Baby Tonight world tour. It feels good to be back on the concert circuit. It feels good to be back doing what I do best. The tour's going great. People seem to be enjoying themselves and are very appreciative and happy to see me back on the block. The 70-city tour, which has been sizzling across the US and Canada, will hit Europe in September. And to top it all, the performer shows off some fancy footwear. Yeah, I'm moving a little bit. It's fun to do. I have a good time doing it, and I really don't have to. I just like to do it because it's for fun, but I never want to make that my prime concern because I sing. Whitney provided backing vocals on 2 tracks from BB and CeCe Winans' Different Lifestyles, which was released on June 24th. On July 21st, 1991, Arista released the 4th single from I'm Your Baby Tonight, My Name Is Not Susan, which was written by Eric Foster White and produced by L.A. Reid and Babyface. The Baltimore Sun said of the single, Whitney Houston has no trouble navigating a state-of-the-art funk groove. She's mainly going through the motions. There's absolutely nothing in her performance to suggest that she was even the slightest bit moved. Cashbox called the song a high-tech, funky LA and Babyface produced cut that isn't nearly as pop as some of Houston's material. The single debuted on the pop charts at number 63. Its video was inspired by the Alfred Hitchcock classic Vertigo and featured a blonde Nippy. A remix featuring British rapper Moni Love was also released, which made Houston and Janet Jackson among the earliest pop R&B artists to feature a rapper in a remix. My Name Is Not Susan peaked at number 20 on the pop charts for the week ending September 7th. Thanks to this single, all subsequent singles released from the set were not sent to Top 40 radio. By October 2nd, the I'm Your Baby Tonight World Tour was finished. On October 18th, Arista released the 4th single from the album, a mid-tempo shuffler entitled I Belong to You, which was produced by narrator Michael Walden. Its video mainly featured outtakes from the My Name Is Not Susan video and clips from the tour. 5 days later, she won the Music Award at the 13th American Black Achievement Awards.
The Music Award is given for the most creative and enduring contribution by a performer in live appearances or as a recording artist.
Thank you so much. I am really, truly honored to be here this evening. Above all, I have to give thanks to God for his many blessings, for I know that is where my blessings come from. Yeah. I am especially proud to receive this award because I know to be an achiever, it takes determination and dedication and just plain old hard work. But to be a black achiever, it takes pride, integrity, and dignity. And I'd like to thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, for all your love and support. God bless you, and I thank you.
In November, Whitney began recording material for the Bodyguard soundtrack. On December 9th, 1991, she performed at the 2nd Billboard Music Awards, where she won for Top R&B Artist.
But I'm feeling so sad. I long to try something I never had a kissing. For what I've been missing, love no matter where can you be.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is quite an honor. I have to first give thanks to the Almighty God and my Savior Jesus Christ. Yes. From whence all my blessings come from. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy and my family for sticking through the thick and the thicker. Thank you, Arista Records and Clive and I'd like to thank all my brothers and sisters in the black department here. And I'd like to thank you, all my fans, for being so loyal and so great. I love you, I love you, I love you. God bless you.
On January 27th, she was nominated for Favorite Soul R&B Artist at the American Music Awards. She also performed a medley.
We can fly all night, baby. Your moon, so baby, to your side, baby, to your side. Go ahead, baby. Oh yeah. Go.
Feel the rhythm of the house.
I Belong to You did not chart on the Hot 100, but managed to peak at number 10 on the R&B charts in February of 1992. In March, The Bodyguard was finished filming, and the following month, Arista released the final single from I'm Your Baby Tonight, the Stevie Wonder duet We Didn't Know, which didn't get a video, as Arista Records was allegedly no longer interested in pushing the project since The Bodyguard was in the can, and Whitney had already laid vocals for I Will Always Love You, which left only one track, I'm Every Woman, to be recorded for The Bodyguard soundtrack.
Music superstars Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown got married this weekend at her New Jersey mansion. While there were plenty of Hollywood stars, this garden party kept its Garden State roots.
In July, Whitney Houston married ex-New Edition crooner Bobby Brown in a lavish ceremony at her New Jersey estate.
Of the year.
I've never been so nervous in my life. In fact, this is my first and biggest project.
The gown belonged to Whitney Houston, who was married Saturday to heartthrob Bobby Brown at Houston's New Jersey mansion. On hand to help the couple celebrate was a slew of celebrities, but the real star was the tight, white lace gown conceived by Johnson and designer Mark Bauer.
So, the gown was high-collared. It was sheer across her chest, and it was sort of strapless, white, encrusted with seed pearls and bugle beads.
I chose the finest lace made in the world, my own lace, imported from Lyon, France.
Johnson owns the Johnson Girls Dress Shop in East Orange, New Jersey. She was a lifelong family friend who's been dressing Whitney's mother, Sissy, for her gospel tours. Johnson says when it came time to wed, Whitney wanted to keep all of the details in the family.
Whitney and I were together having coffee, and she told me that she was going to get married. And at that time, she described the headpiece that she wanted to wear.
She had a very close-fitting skull cap with little leaves and petals that all sort of encircled her beautiful face. And then from the very top sprouted out yards and yards of white silk tulle with pearls sort of sprouting out fountain-like and then scattering all over the white veil, which also went on for yards and yards behind her.
What did Whitney's dress actually look like? Well, that is still a big secret, as is the destination of the couple's honeymoon. As for the reception, Johnson says it was lovely.
And Whitney was just so happy, her and Bobby. They kissed all night long.
By August, I'm Every Woman was recorded, and Whitney was 1 month pregnant. With 2 #1 singles, a successful world tour, and the best-selling R&B album of 1991, Nippy, Press, and made-up competitors, Be Damned, was now on the quest to a level of superstardom that not Dion or Sissy had reached, the stratosphere.